Brahmana Vachaha, the Brahmana said, I am this Jana, person, Nama, celebrated as such, Chalan, moving, Prithivyam, on the earth, Yaha, who, Parthivaha, a transformation of the earth, Parthiva, O king, who possesses a similar earthly body, Kasya, Kasya, for what? Hetoho, reason, Tasya, api, of him, also, cha, angriyoho, feet, adi, above, gulpa, ankles, changa, calves, janu, knees, uru, thighs, madhyora, waist, shiraha, dhara, neck, angsaha, shoulders, angse, shoulder, upon adi, upon darvi, made of wood, shibika, palanquin, cha, and isyam, on which Sauvira Raja, king of Sauvira, iti, thus, Apadesaha, known as Aste, there is, Yasmin, in which Bhavam, your lordship, Ruda, impose upon, Nija Abhimanaha, having a conception of false prestige, Raja Asmin, am the king, Sindhu Su, state of Sindhu, iti, thus, Durmada Andaha, captivated by false prestige. Translation: the self-realized Brahmana Jadabharat said, among the various material combinations and permutations, there are various forms and earthly transformation. For some reason, this move on the surface. For some reason, this move on the surface of the earth and are called palanquin carriers. Those material transformations which do not move are gross material objects like stone. In any case, the material body is made of earth and stone in the form of feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, torso, throat, and head. Upon the shoulders is the wooden palanquin, and within that palanquin is the so-called king of Sauvira. The body of the king is simply another transformation of the earth, but within that body, your lordship is situated and falsely thinking that you are the king of all of the state of Sauvira. The self-realized Brahmana Jadabharat said, among the various material combinations and permutations, there are various forms of earthly transformation. For some reason, this move on the surface of the earth and are called palanquin carriers. Those material transformations which do not move are gross material objects like stone. In any case, the material body is made of earth and stone in the form of feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, torso, throat, and head. Upon the shoulders is the wooden palanquin, and within the palanquin, so-called king of Sauvira. The body of the king is simply another transformation of earth, but within the body, your lordship is situated and falsely thinking that you are the king, state of Sauvira. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. After analyzing the material bodies of the palanquin carriers and the palanquin passenger, Jada Bharat concludes that the real living force is the living entity. The living entity is the offshoot or the offspring of Lord Vishnu. Therefore, within this material world, among moving and non-moving things, the real principle is Lord Vishnu. Due to this presence, everything is working and there are actions and reactions. One who understands Lord Vishnu as the original cause of everything is to be understood to be perfectly situated in knowledge. Although he was falsely proud of being a king, King Rahugana was not really situated in knowledge. Therefore, he is rebuking the palanquin carriers, including the self-realized Brahmana Jada Bharat. This is the first accusation of Jada Bharat and made against the king who was daring to talk to a learned Brahmana from the flimsy ground of ignorance. Identifying everything with matter, King Rahugana argued that the living entity is within the body and that when the body is fatigued, the living entity within must therefore be suffering. It is clearly explained in the following verses that the living entity does not suffer due to the body's fatigue. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti gives an example of a child heavily decorated with ornaments. Although the child's body is very delicate, it does not feel fatigue. Nor do parents think that this ornament should be taken away. The living entity has nothing to do with the bodily pains and pleasure. These are simply mental concoction. An intelligent man will find the original cause of everything. Material combination and permutations may be a matter of fact in worldly dealing, but actually the living force, the soul, has nothing to do with them. Those who are materially upset take care of the body and manufacture Daridra Narayana, poor Narayana. However, it is not a fact that the soul or super soul become poor simply because the body is poor. These are the statements of ignorant people. The soul and super soul are always apart from the bodily pleasure and pain. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gnanam Gnanashilakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadama Yati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sakajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Saji Shadvitam Shabdutam Parajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishaganvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchna Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shavano Sita Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you very much coming on today's class in Srimad Bhagavatam 5:12, 5 and 6. Continuing the topic on Jada Bharat speaking to King Rahugana. So Rahugana raised the question, I didn't understand what you were saying. So Jada Bharat is now trying to explain in a more direct manner. Here it is calling the king a fool, because anyone who identifies with the body and thinks that he is the body and acts on the body plane is actually no better than a cow or an ass. Sa eva gokaraha. What is that verse? Huh? What is that verse? Where you are no better a cow than an ass? Hello? Hello? Huh? 10? 10:84:13. So anyone who identifies Yashyatma Buddhe Kunape Tri Dadutke, one who thinks that is the body, one who identifies himself as the inert body composed of mucus, bile and air, who assumes his wife and family are permanently his own, who thinks an earthen image on the land of his birth is worshipable, or sees a place of pilgrimage as merely as the water there, but who never identify himself with, feels kinship with, worships or even visits those who are wise in spiritual truth, such a person is no better than a cow or an ass. So try to understand that if a person is acting on the bodily plane, then he is in animalistic consciousness. Or, in other words, he is a two-legged dvipada pasu, two-legged animal. So if anyone who thinks he is the body is an animal. In fact, Krishna calls such a person a fool in the Bhagavad Gita. Where is it stated? Such a person is a fool. Hello? Hello? Huh? Nobody knows. Hello? What is that verse that says you are anyone who thinks is the body is a fool? Don't know. Huh? Prakriti kriyamanani gunair karmani sarvasha hankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. So Krishna calls such a person the spirit soul bewildered by the influence of false ego thinks himself the doer of activities that in actuality carried out by three modes of material nature. So anyone who thinks that he is the body and thinks that he is the doer is actually a what? Kartaham iti vimudatma. He is a what? What's the vimudatma? Hello? A fool. So anyone who identifies with the body is a cow or an ass, and now Krishna is calling him a fool. So you see, bodily concept spiritually, it kind of is very detrimental. Why is bodily concept very detrimental? Why? What? Identifying with the temporary. Yeah, it's one thing. But really, why? Why you should not identify with the body? What happens? Because when you think you are the body, then you will try to enjoy the senses. Yes? Correct? What's wrong with enjoying the senses? What's wrong? Huh? You will be lost. In what way will you be lost? Hmm? Cannot remember. What else? Come on. Why is sense gratification very detrimental? Finally, it leads to fall down. So he says that if you enjoy the senses unrestrictedly, you will be lost. When you become lost, then you will fall down to hell. And when you go to hell, it's going to be bad news. Yes? That's why sense gratification is not supported. So if anyone who thinks that he is the body and he is the enjoyer, that's why it's called a fool. You understand? Huh? Yes? So therefore, it is very, very important that one first understands that the basic, that he is not the body. He is not the, he is a spirit soul. This is the first thing that was taught by Krishna to Arjuna. You are talking very big words, but you do not know you are not this body. You understand? So therefore, to identify with false ego is very, very dangerous. Understand? The moment you think you are the body, and you are clouded with so many nonsense, which will eventually lead down to your downfall. You understand this point? Huh? So how to prevent this? Okay, I am not the body. Is that over? Huh? How you can maintain your consciousness to think that you are not the body? It's not possible. That's why this Buddhist people, you understand? They teach that no, you're not the body, and then they stop there. And what are you? No, you are some energy. Their philosophy, you are some energy, and it doesn't work. Because the real truth is that it is explained here that we are not the body, but we are spirit soul. But everything is controlled by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, we are what? Seated on a machine given by who? What is that verse? Hello? Huh? What is that? What is that verse? Hello, it's a basic class. I mean, nobody is talking to me. Something wrong? Why everyone is silent? Something wrong? What happened? Huh? What is that? Hello? Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. These things all should be in your memory by now, Come on. They're a very, very basic thing that you don't know how. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hrdesa Arjuna Tistati Yantra Rudani Mayaya. What is that? Huh? Yantra Rudani Mayaya. What is the last line? Huh? Brahmani Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rudani Maya. So everybody is sitting on the machine. What is that? 18? Huh? 1861, is it? Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Ardasya Arjuna Tistati Brahmanya Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rudani Maya. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated as on a machine made of material energy. So although we are sitting in this body and we are not the body, and that knowledge is not enough. That knowledge is not conclusive. We need to know who is the ultimate person who is managing everything. Understand? So unless and until you understand that everything is done by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then the knowledge is not complete. You understand? Like some people say, who am I? Say, huh? That is the main philosophy in their school. I think this is the Ramana Maharishi, You know this man? Is who am I? Who am I? Sit. They are in that platform. Who am I? Huh? But that who am I? You're not this body, then you are what? Spirit, soul. But that's not finished. You understand? You need to know that who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead who is overseeing and managing everything. So here Krishna is saying here, I am situated in everybody's heart. And I am directing all the wanderings of the living entity. And in another place he says, Maya is under my control. Where is that? Huh? Love. Where he says, Maya is under my control. Madhyakshana pa kirtihi surjate sa chara charanam. I think it's 9:10, is it? Madhyakshana, Maya Adhyakshana, Prakritihi Suyate Sa Characharam Hetunena Kauntaya Jagad Parivartate. So this is a very important verse here because today's verse you see the moving and the non-moving, correct? Chara and acharam, moving and not moving. See? The material nature, which is one of my energy, is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. But this whole thing is done under my supervision. Now you try to understand that nothing can work without the sanction of the Lord. Huh? You cannot say how the demigods are doing. I think that's the worst. That the sun is blowing because of fear of the Lord. The moon is working because, you know where is that? I know you know that. Three, I think 3:25, yeah? So here you see, it's because of my supremacy that the wind blows. Out of fear of me, the sun shines. Out of fear of me, the Lord of the clouds Indra send forth showers out of fear of me. Fire burns out of fear of me, and death goes about taking his toll out of fear of me. So you see how the Lord is, because of him, everything is done. Nothing is done independently or can do anything independently. You see, so the most important person is who? The body, the soul, or the super soul? Which is more important? Huh? Of course, the supreme director, the super soul. Understand? He manages everything. He is overseeing everything. Understand? That's why Krishna is saying here in this verse, everything is going on because of fear of me. You know, even Lord Brahma, he runs the thing out of fear. Yes? In all the planetary system, from the heaven to the hellish, and of all of the great demigods live for 1000 yuga cycles, there is fear of me in my form of time. See? Even Brahma, who possesses the lifespan of 311 trillion 40 billion years, is also afraid of me. And try to understand, how everything is working, not independently, but it looks like it's independent. There's no controller, no nothing. Why? Because that's how you become illusion. Huh? You become, you see everything that's like the demon. Those people who are demonic consciousness are overly attached to the mode of passion and ignorance. They cannot see these things. They cannot see. And therefore they are bewildered. You understand? Huh? Naham prakasha sarvasha yoga maya. I'm covered by my maya. So maya has got two purposes, no? Yoga maya and mahamaya. For those who are devotees, then the yoga maya principle works. But those who are not devotees, then they are covered by mahamaya. That's it, you cannot see. So you go on doing your nonsense, thinking you are very great, because that's the thing that how false ego makes you feel. That I am the doer, right? Because of me, everything is going on. Some people are so foolish, they think that because of him, he is making the sun rise. You know? He's meditating and the sun is coming because of my power. Look at the guy. How illusion. Huh? You understand? This is how Maya works. Maya covers you, thinking that you are very great. That's the influence of false ego. We studied the influence of the mind, previous classes, correct? Huh? Intelligence we did not cover. But today we are covering false ego. The false ego is so bad. It completely bewilders your consciousness. Where's those verses about false ego? Hello? Huh? So here, so here, you see, where are you going? Hello? Open the door. Lamentation, elation, fear, anger, greed, confusion, and hankering, as well as birth and death, are experience of the false ego and not of the pure soul. So this is all that comes when you go with the body. When identify with the body, then you are lamenting, you are feeling happy, you're getting fear, anger, greed, confusion, hankering, as well as birth and death, are experience of the false ego and not of the pure soul. See? So here he is thinking, I am king, I am the controller. Huh? Everything is happening because of me. Yes? The living entity who falsely identify with the body, senses, life, air, and mind, and who dwells within this covering, assumes the form of his own materially conditioned qualities and work. He is designated variously in relation to the total material energy, and thus, under the strict control of supreme time, he is forced to run here and there within material existence. But this is how false ego gets the whole thing going. You understand? Cannot sit still, always moving, running here, there, like a what? Animal, you see? Can animal be quiet? Huh? Unless it's a snake, a python. Huh? Yes? Bear? Sleep for 6 months. Right? But you can see the mind is always agitated. Because of what? False ego. See how the thing is all geared up. It gets completely messed up. Because why? Identifying with the body. Hmm? Although the false ego has no factual basis, it is perceived in many forms as the function of the mind, speech, life air, and bodily faculties. But with the sword of transcendental knowledge sharpened by worship of the bona fide spiritual master, a sober sage will cut off this false identification and live in this world free from all material attachment. So you need, in order to come out of this bodily concept, you cannot do it on your own. You have to what? Hello? You have to have a who? Huh? Like here, Jadat Bharat is the guru for, ah, you're thinking you're so great. No, you are useless, you are nonsense. You made all these people carry the palanquin, you sitting on the top. And who are you anyway? You're thinking you're a big king, but you're actually a tiny spirit soul. So this is what? Who can speak like that to a king? You can speak. Why is he speaking like that? Because he is a guru, he has to cut the false ego. He has to what? Guru cannot be what? Speaking very softly, nicely, kissing on your cheek and all that. What? Guru has to cut. What? Understand? Because false ego, how to cut false ego? Is it there with a sword or transcendental knowledge? Sharpened by the worship of the bona fide spiritual master, sober sage will cut off this false identification and live in the world free from all material attachment. So you cannot, false ego, you cut means what? No pain. Cut is means what? Huh? So you have to understand this, it is not possible to come out of false ego by what? Some sweet talking. Some what? It will not work. It will not. Oh, Prabhu, they are very harsh. Why you not going to the, no, they're very heavy, huh? Always very heavy, not lightweight, always speaking so heavily. Sometimes I hurt the heart. That's why I'm not going. Yeah? Yes? Ah, correct. Better to hurt the heart than the tail, boy. Yes? So you need to cut this false ego. Therefore, you need what? The sharp sword of knowledge. You understand? You cannot come out of false ego. You'll think I'm big time. I'm what? Everything is running because of me. Why? I came to Singapore. Look at all these stupid Indians in India. They're struggling. Huh? You understand? That is how your mind just goes. And somebody had to tell you, you are nonsense. What? Why am I not nonsense? Look, I studied so many years. I went to the best college and all. You call me a nonsense? What? You understand? You follow? That's why Prabhupada also used this word. I'll go one more verse, I think. Real spiritual knowledge is based on discrimination of spirit from matter and is cultivated by spiritual evidence, austerity, direct perception, reception of the Puranas, historical narration, logical inference, the absolute truth which alone was present before the creation of the universe, which alone will remain after its destruction, is also the time factor and the ultimate cause, even in the middle stage of this creation existence. The absolute truth alone is the actual reality. This confirms the statement of today's statement. Yes, Krishna is speaking here in the 28th chapter. But he spoke very briefly one line in the Bhagavad Gita. Ahankara vimudatnam pat. What is that? Pakirti kiryamanani gunahir karmani sara. Right? You see how many words he is putting here to Uddhava. Explaining in detail. You understand? Huh? So you see how detrimental it is to identify with the body. All the bad qualities develop. All the bad qualities. When you think you are the body, then you got what? Covered by so many nonsense qualities. Like an animal. Animal what? Bucking, biting, bucking, quarreling. Yes? Yes? That's all is going on. Animal. So we need to upgrade. To upgrade means you must understand you are not the body, you are spirit soul. Yes? And everything is controlled and done by the Supreme Lord. See, I've shown you all the verses today, right? From what number to what number? 15 to 18 now here. A whole description. So all this can happen with the help of a spiritual master. A spiritual master is what? Only person who can cut and take us out of this nonsense. Right? It's not, if you carry on like that, then it's going to take another birth again. You're going to what? Take another birth. Because you identify with the body? Yes? Huh? Right. So here speaking about the Lord, So if we carry on in this consciousness, then see what happens. So in this consciousness, a man attached to the body accumulates money with great struggle to expand and protect the position of his wife, children, property, domestic animals, servant, home, relative, friend, and so on. He does all this for the gratification of his own body. As a tree before dying produces the seed of a future tree, the dying body manifests the seed of one's next material body in the form of one's accumulated karma, thus assuring the continuation of material existence. The material body sinks down and dies. This is the consequence. If you carry on like this again and again and again, you no end. Yes? So we need to get out of this kind of consciousness. That's why strong words. An intelligent person should therefore reject all bad association and instead take up the association of saintly devotees whose words cut off the excessive attachment of one's mind. You understand this? You cannot come out of this in no other way you can come out. There's no other way. You try, you can go for all your meditation, yoga, what no, you can try. Nobody say no. Hey, I heard no, here Kundalini class, no, let's go. I think they're wakening up our Kundalini chakra. What he did, he touched the backside and he tried to pull you up somewhere. And then you say, okay, I will open your Kundalini chakra. And you go home, your wife will beat you up. What chakra are you talking about? Come on, it's all nonsense. It's all what? Pure nonsense. Understand? You follow? Yeah? You need to come out by the what? Strong words of the who? This word here. Whose words? Association with saintly devotees whose words cut off the excessive attachment of one's mind. And then there's another verse, What is that? Pernicious effect. 3, 25, 23. No. 20? 20 is it? Yeah, 24. O my mother, O virtuous lady, these are the qualities of great devotees who are free from all attachment. You must seek attachment to such holy man, for this counteract the pernicious effect of material attachment. Understand? And one verse before that, this is what is their quality. These qualities of the pure devotees are engage constantly in chanting and hearing about me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the sadhus do not suffer from material miseries because our sadhus are falling down. Our sadhus are falling down. They say that falling down is common, normal. They were normal. You see here? Correct? Our ISKCON sadhus, normal to fall down. And here what is Krishna is saying? What is he saying? You can fall down. You say he can fall down? Huh? The sadhus do not suffer from material miseries because they are always filled with thoughts of my pastimes and activities. Right? I don't know, they must rewrite this whole Bhagavatam. Everywhere we are reading sadhus cannot fall down, but they are teaching you can fall down. I don't know which. Eh? So this is very, very important. This is a famous verse. Satam prasanga mama virya samvido. We want to chant this? Nice to chant. Who wants to chant? Anybody? Nobody want to chant? In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastime and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is free, and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begins. So this is how the process is. But if you don't want to take association of devotees, then what will be your association? What is that verse? People who are not interested in devotees, they will seek association of dogs, asses, cows. I think it's 3, 319, I think. Swavit varahostra karahi samstuta purushoha pasu nayat karna patau peto jatunama gadagraja. So this is the other side. Men who are like dogs, hawks, camels and asses. Praise those men who never listen to the transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna, the deliverer from evil. So if you are not going to the sadhus and associating with them and learning, then you will associate people who are like dogs, hawks, and what? Camel. You understand? And these people will never, camel will talk about Krishna. Yeah? Camel will talk, dog will, yes, talk about Krishna. Tell me, think. Huh? This Prabhupada is giving the whole breakdown of each animal. No? Why these 4 animals are chosen. No? So you can read the purport I think the children can learn this, why these animals are very important. Hello? This verse is very, very important, this one. I always look for this verse, This thing is, she's going like anything. I'm not even touching the keyboard. I don't know how to work with these things. Why is the thing reduced in size again? What happened? Yeah? This verse, huh? Huh? Yeah, this verse, I've been looking for this. It's not in the Bhagavatam at all, but they have put it in now. Asitim chatura chaiva laksham tad jiva jatisu brahmadvi puruse prapyam manusyam janma parvayat. This is, I think, is from the that what that book, that verse, that spirit, that crystal, same book, no. So tadapi balavantam jataha tesham atma abhimaninam. Today the verse, what? Abhimaninam? We chanted. Huh? What? Here is atma abhimaninam. Varakanam, this word, varakanam. Anasritya, Govinda charana vayam. The human life is so important that even the demigods in higher planets sometimes aspire for human body on the earth. Because in the human body, one can easily go back to Godhead. In spite of having obtained such an important body, one does not re-establish his lost eternal relation with Govinda. Lord Krishna is certainly a fool who has forgotten his self-interest. Human form of material body is obtained by gradual process of evolution to one body after another in the cycle of 8.4 million species, varieties of life. And the poor man, forgetting this importance of his own interest, involves himself in so many illusory engagements for uplifting the position of others as leaders of political emancipation and economic development. There's no harm in trying for political emanation. This is not part of the verse. Has already gone the verse, I think it's interest involves himself in so many. I think this is not a proper full translation. Yeah, Bhama Vaivarta Puran. This is not the full translation. It's something else. Okay. So again, not only you are like what? If you do not listen, for one who has not listened, one who has not listened to the messages, the prophets, and marvelous acts of personality of Godhead, and has not sung or chanted loudly the worthy songs of the Lord, is to be considered to possess ear holes like holes of snakes and a tongue like a tongue of a frog. So you see again how you are described. If you don't want to chant, you don't want to associate, you don't want to hear, then you have got ears like the what? Holes of the snake. Snake got ears, but they cannot hear, Do you know that? The snakes, they cannot hear actually. And the tongue like a tongue of a frog, simply croaking. Yes? This is how you will become if you do not associate with the devotees. And what will be your end life? Become a snake. The upper portion of the body, although crowned with a silk turban, is only a heavy burden if not bowed down before the personality of Godhead, who can award mukti, freedom. And the hands, though decorated with glittering bangles, are like those of a dead man if not engaged in the service of the personality of Godhead, Hari. So the body is useless. The body is compared to all this nonsense, right? The eyes which do not look at the symbolic representation of the personality of Godhead Vishnu, his form, name, quality, are like those printed on the plumes of peacock. And the legs which did not move to the holy places where the Lord is remembered are considered to be like dead, like tree trunks. Huh? So if you do not engage yourself in the service of the Lord, the person who has not at any time received the dust of the feet of the Lord's pure devotee upon his head is certainly a dead body. And the person who has never experienced the aroma of the tulsi leaves from the lotus feet of the Lord is also dead body, although breathing. Can you imagine this? Huh? So if you don't want to go and elevate yourself from this consciousness of being in the body, then you degrade yourself into this lower stand. Huh? Although living, your body is considered dead. That is the last verse here. This is very important. For this, all these verses, this I think is the last verse of this chapter, 24. Stone-hearted. Tat asma saram, hridayam vatedam. Certainly, that heart is steel frame, which in spite of one chanting the holy name of the Lord with concentration does not change. Even one displays such signs of transformation as tears in the eyes and ecstatic standing of the hairs on hand. So a person even who chants and does not improve himself and still maintain the bodily concept, then is considered as what? Heart made of what? Asthma. What is that asthmatic? Stone. Understand? So it's getting late already. I'm very sorry. Step time. So you understand now, I'll summarize. If you identify with the body, that is owing to the false ego, right? If you are so much into false ego, you will develop all the bad qualities. You cannot make advancement. Yes? The only way to cut false ego is the help of the spiritual master. And by surrendering to the spiritual master and getting the what? The strong knowledge to cut our attachment. And that's why we have to associate with the spiritual master and the devotees. But if we don't want to associate the spiritual man, the devotees, then we will be forced to associate with people who are like dogs, asses, cows, camels. And our habits will be like of the snake and the frogs. You understand? So we are actually becoming a dead body. What is the use of a dead body? Right? So think. So therefore, today Jada Bharat is what? Cutting Sauvirya, the king's what? Ego. You're thinking you're a big king. Who are you actually? Huh? Tiny spirit soul. Right? You don't know. So that is the subject matter. Any questions on this? Understand? Or don't understand? Hello? Any point to add? Anything you want to say? Huh?
Like Yantarodhan Naya, this other verse from 634 Kathopanishad, which also says body is like chariot.
Body is a chariot.
Chariot. Machine.
What was that?
634.
634. The individual is the passenger in the car of the material body, and intelligence is the driver, mind is the driving instrument, and the senses are the horses, and the self is thus the enjoyer or sufferer in the association of mind and senses. So it is understood by great thinkers. So this is another analogy. Uh, the material body, the mind is the what driving instrument, right? And the soul is sitting behind with the super soul, right? So okay, anything else to add? Yes.
The body leads to all kinds of suffering, then why did the Lord create the body? What did He want to teach us?
Asking why did not
If
create the body?
if the body is full of suffering, why did the Lord create the body which is full of suffering?
What he
I,
want to
I,
teach?
I didn't understand.
If the body is full of suffering, then why did Krishna create such a body which is full of suffering?
It's 11:19, is it? Is it 11:19 or what? You want to read this? You want to read loud?
After many, many births and deaths, one achieves the rare human form of life, which, although temporary, affords one the opportunity to attain the highest perfection. Thus, a sober human being should quickly endeavor for the ultimate perfection of life as long as his body, which is always subject to death, has not fallen down and died. After all, sense gratification is available even in the most abominable species of life, whereas Krishna consciousness is possible only for a human.
Understand? So what are you doing? Not chanting. You're chanting. Then you ask the question, why Krishna created your body? For your enjoyment or for your suffering? Right? Tell me. Yes? So if you don't chant, then today I have explained you're no better than the what? Huh? Huh? You understand? So Krishna is not a fool, you know. Krishna is not a fool. And you want to become foolish, then he will make you fool. Correct? Yes? So better start chanting before the body falls down and die. You read there, right? Yes?
Previous verse also.
Previous verse. I know that one, after creating so many bodies, is not happy. He created the human life. Huh? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, expanding his own potency, Maya Sakti, created innumerable species of life to house the conditioned soul. Yet by creating the forms of tree, reptile, animal, birds, snakes, and so on, the Lord was not satisfied within his heart. Then he created human life which offers the conditions of sufficient intelligence to perceive the absolute truth, and he became pleased. That's the purpose of to come out of this suffering. You understand? Clear? All right. Grantara Ishma Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanandi.